Hello and welcome to this little masterclass on why you as a client, why your clients, why you, all of us, why we need divine guidance. So I've got a question for you. Do you know that you're talented? Do you know that you're good at what you do? And yet what your income shows you and what your business is showing you does not reflect the amount of effort and hard work and the hours that you put in and the mental thought and overthinking that's going on all the time. Your business should be like superpowered. It should be like you should be a multi-millionaire by now with that kind of amount of thought going on in your head. So do you feel that you're talented but that you must be missing something because it just doesn't equate to the amount of effort and hard work and slog that you're putting into your business. So this is exactly where divine guidance comes in. The art of mastering divine guidance means that you are receiving information, innovative ideas, direction, help with decision making, finding out exactly when you should be launching, finding out which is the best platform for you, finding out anything you've got questions for. Divine guidance come in and help you. Unfortunately, 95% of entrepreneurs out there, we have a lack of focus on what it is that is our outcome. The thing that I help people with the most is finding out what they want their business to look like. They just go, no, I just want the money, Fiona, I just want the money. I'm like, so I've used all these strategies to find the money and nothing's working anymore. It's just not working anymore. I used to have a product. I used to have a way of running my business. I'm a coach. I'm really good at what I do. Or I'm a therapist. I'm really good at what I do. But it's just not making ends meet. So this is where divine guidance comes in. Because we are moving into a new way of operating. It's not doing what we've always done before and hoping that it just sticks and it still works. Not going to work. Divine guidance is here to kind of go, it's time to grow. It's time to sort of put the meat on the bones. It's time to do something different. It's time to really have fun with your clients and really have fun with your business. And it should be allowing you to take days off if you want to and treat your soul and do all the things that you find luxurious, adventures and travel, and spend quality time with your family. If you're not doing that, you're working, you're going to work, you've got a job, you're not running a business. So my whole purpose here is to help to get you your divine guidance. I can certainly verify for you whether your guidance that's coming through is feeling right for you, because I can feel into what's coming through for you, and if I can get a yes or a no, and if it's right, and get more information and read your business for you. But ultimately, my aim is to get you to understand what your business wants from you. What is your next step? My job is to teach you the techniques that bring you the answers every single time. Simple is easy. What is right is best. It's so easy when we let our divine guidance, our soul, lead the way. Now, this can be to do with your business, this can be to do with your relationships, and this can be to do with your health. Anything. If you've ever met me before and ever listened to me before, you'll know that I get divine guidance. And it makes me giggle because I've bought houses for exactly the right amount of money to the actual final euro, dollar or pound, however you want to see it, in exactly the right location, with the number of bedrooms that I wanted, in the location, on a flat space of land, with room to develop 2 studios, and even to the fact that I asked for having a neighbour who was the same age as my boys that they could go out and play with, because where we lived before, we just didn't get that. So that was in my remit. That was in my list of things that I wanted. The same as I have sold houses for exactly the price that I wanted to sell them for, even though an agent couldn't sell it for cheese, couldn't sell it for toffee, for 2 years just kept saying you have to lower the price, and I'm just going, no, I've been told what to sell the house for, and that's not going to happen. So you know what, I'll do it myself. You're sacked. You're fired. And I'm living in France, and I'm thinking I'm going to sell my house for myself. And I was shown exactly how to sell the house, how to write the sign, where to put the sign out on the road, and I argued the toss with my soul and said, nobody comes up this road, it's not going to work. But yet I sold the house in 3 days. As soon as I put the sign out there, the next day I was in the yard sweeping the driveway, and somebody rang the telephone number, which was my mobile, saying, we want to look at your house, we're interested in buying it. They came the next day, they looked around the house, they went, oh my God, we love this house. And I'm like, yeah, I know you do. And they offered me exactly the price that I wanted. So without any agent, so I saved thousands of euros, and the house was sold smoothly. And that's exactly how I've bought and sold many of my houses here in France, doing exactly the same thing with divine guidance. So this is what I'm all about. I'm about getting you the magic so that you can do all of those things yourself. You can change relationships, you can change the way you perceive your body, and it will change for you. But business is what I'm here for today. All about how to get your business operating into new heights, and why divine guidance is the way to do that. If you want to have plenty of money and resources to do the stuff that you want to do, the luxury, the travel, live in the houses you want to live in, if you want the time to spend quality time with your family, watch them growing up, see friends, go and do all sorts of great stuff, you have to be able to engage divine guidance. Now, divine guidance only listens to how you feel. And most people are putting out there, I want 10,000 euro months, I want 100,000 euro months, but there's no feeling behind it, and there's no detail behind it. So this is where divine guidance comes all the way in, and this is what I teach, and this is what I write about, and this is what I do posts about. So you need to be able to imagine it and have it and put it into action and act as if you have it. What also happens is when you are playing on this field of playfulness and energy and allowing all these beautiful things to come into your things to come into your life, you will notice that old beliefs come up, old ways of thinking come up that need to be cleared. This is your soul showing you that she's coming all the way through, and she's chucking out all the stuff that just doesn't serve you anymore. She's like, I don't want you to be thinking that way anymore. I don't want you to feel that you're not good enough. I don't want you to feel that you don't matter. I don't want you to... So she's clearing out all the old energy so that you can rise up and you can become this true sovereign, running your business and listening to what your business has to say to you. I've got a couple of questions for you as to why you need divine guidance today. So listen to these and just rate yourself. Maybe think about it as 1 to 10. So 1 being totally don't get it, and 10 going, I'm at that level. I actually do have divine guidance coming through. So just listen to the questions and then rate yourself and have a nice little idea on the back of your head about where you are. You can jot them down, and you can go 10 for this one, is 8 for that one, 5 for that one. Oh my God, a 1 for that one. I'm not doing that. Because there are so many different ways that we can invite divine guidance into our life, into our business, so that everything is soul-led. My family constantly laugh at me, calling me a little witch or the little dragon, saying, oh Mum, you're such a cheat. If I'm playing table tennis, or if I'm playing Monopoly, or if I'm playing Riches of the World, I can sweep the board. I can get the shots in on table tennis. Because they will say to me, am I playing against you, or am I playing against your soul? And I'm like, well, clearly you're playing against my soul. I have invited her into play. And one of the best things that we do usually on people's birthdays is we stick a name of a character on our forehead. You all know the game. And when I get fed up of asking, is it a woman? Is it a man? Am I an animated character? Am I a singer? Am I a politician? male, female, fat, short, bald, whatever. I then say to myself, oh, I'm kind of fed up of looking at this. Can you give me a clue? Can you tell me who I am? And some of the ways that the images come into me are, the messages come into me are images. Sometimes I'll get a sound, sometimes I'll get a name, something like that. So, you know, one of the characters that I had put on there was, I could see her and I was like, what, who are you? Who are you? You've got like earmuffs. Oh no, they're not earmuffs. They're hair, plaits around your ears. Dark hair, youngish girl, white dress. You're almost like floating. Oh my God, what's her name? What's the film that she came in? What, I know, what's her name? What's her name? And I got Princess Leia. So the next time it was my turn to go, I said, I'm Princess Leia. And they went, without asking any, further questions, they just, you know exactly who you are. And I'm like, yes, because you can do this too. So I play with divine guidance. I play with my soul. And that's the way that I get answers for my business. And that's the way I read into your business as well. So let's just see where you are. If we do a quick assessment of how you are using your divine guidance, or if you're stuck in your head overthinking. So the first thing that you need to gauge for yourself is, I spend too much time overthinking. I look to others to solve my problems. I keep buying services from others to show me the way. I want to know who to work with that will get me the outcome that I want. I know that I harbour old beliefs about how things should work. I feel run down and ragged with all this overthinking. I feel I waste so much time searching for answers that are outside of me. I have more than enough to do, and all this thinking is just such a tiresome habit. It gives me a headache and exhausts me by the end of the day. I keep getting interrupted by others so that I can't think straight. I can't concentrate or focus for long enough on what it is that I was doing. You can lose focus after a few minutes as things just pop up in your overactive mind. You wish you could get assistance for the decisions that you need to make in a faster, more effective way. I spend too much time behind the computer and feel guilty when I'm away from my family. If I spend any time playing and having fun away from my work, I feel guilty, so I can't win. My mind is always active, looking for solutions that I can never seem to find. I'm constantly worrying and overthinking and analysing my decisions and if it will work. I constantly doubt myself. I wonder if I should get a job just to pay my bills. I feel like I'm chasing my tail and firefighting all of the time. I can hear myself screaming on the inside. Why isn't this working? Why is nothing working for me? And here's another set that you can identify and assess yourself with. I know exactly what to do and when. I have only 1 hour when I need to concentrate really hard and focus and be productive, and the rest of the day is mine. I am free as a bird. You engage your mind and get answers and then slice through your current dilemmas. You feel at peace at the end of the day and satisfied that you've been productive, and now you can switch off completely to be with your loved ones and do things for you. You feel your soul and follow the flow of what seems delicious. You feel revived and get brilliant ideas from your quality time out. Your mind is enjoying a break, a holiday, and has the capacity to catch the intuitive insights and guidance. I can predict with accuracy what feels better to do next. I can easily feel into whether it's right to follow a certain person or a certain path. My soul brings up for me ideal posts, emails, and information that save me so much time and money. Whatever I'm asking for, it comes in all sorts of different ways. And if I'm on the internet, it will come up with an answer for me on the internet. And I'll know that that answer is exactly what I needed to see and needed to hear. I know exactly how to take my business to the next level because I've been shown. I know exactly when to launch a new product or campaign. I know exactly how much to charge. I do not doubt myself. I know exactly what my ideal clients want and will pay for. I can forecast the success of a particular project or campaign. I have a sold out offer that my clients love and buy regularly. I can tap into the souls of my clients and ask them, what exactly is it that you need, want, and you're lacking the most that you will buy from me? Everything works out well, and I can relax and feel satisfied knowing that my business is running itself. I can read into people, into places and opportunities. I trust my guidance more than anyone or anything else. I trust it 100%. So this is how divine guidance can work for you. I had a client come to me a couple of years ago now, and she was in a position where she was saying, I think I'm going to have to get a job because this is not working out for me at all. But she was really talented. She was really good at what she did. She'd already done some sessions on me, so I could sort of feel exactly what she was doing. So we could point her out. We could ask her divine guidance what was coming up next. But in the short term, she knew that she needed a part-time job just to pay the bills, and then in the meantime she could get her head straight, find her Midas touch, and then get the practical magic to come through into her life. So while we were discussing all of this, she said, well, I found 2 opportunities, but I just don't know which one to choose. And in fact, there's a third one, but I don't know which one to choose. I can't make a decision. One of them paid well. It seemed to be a good job. It was kind of vague as to what it was, but it was kind of a long way away. The second one was a lot closer. It was really on her doorstep. It didn't pay very much, and she didn't know whether to choose that one or not. And then there was a third one that the job sounded brilliant. They'd been vague about the money, and again, it was, quite a way away. So she didn't know how to make a decision. So this is one thing that I do a lot with my clients, and I do it for myself whenever I've got a big decision to make. If I've got options, then this is what I do. So I asked her to think about the first opportunity and feel into her energy, just to be 100% in her energy, tethered between heaven and earth, using herself as a conduit for the energy, doing her breathing, coming into herself, finding her soul. And we were going to let her soul decide, give her divine guidance. So we had the doorway for this, imaginary doorway for this business, for this opportunity that she could walk into. So after a little while of getting out of our conscious state and allowing all our consciousness to come into our body so that we could feel our way forwards, we could get our gut instincts really, really tuned in. I asked her and I followed her as we stepped through these imaginary doors into the energy of option number 1. So she was to look around and she was to meet a few people and she was to see what the job entailed and how it felt for her if she went and took this job. I said, we can come back at any time, but just get an initial overview of what you think it would be like working for this job. What are the prospects like? What's it going to be like in 6 months' time? How does it feel when you walk into work every day? Are the people friendly? Is is that more important to you than the money? Is there a potential of the money going up? Is there a potential of a different, opportunities? Can you meet more people that you can then in future work with your private practice? So she felt into all of that and she said, okay, I've got a number, I've got an idea of what that is. Okay, fine. Come back into yourself. Imagine what it's like to be in your own energy again, so you're not feeling anything of anyone else. Just this is you, this is where you are, this is your soul's energy. So we're going to walk into doorway number 2. So get yourself ready, get prepared, and we're going to go to work on another day in through another doors. It's a bit like, was it play school? We're going to go through the square window, we're going to go through the round window, we're going to go through the triangle window. So we walked in energetically to this new opportunity, and we felt immediately what it would feel like to walk into this particular job, and it's like different to the other one. It might be closer, but no, definitely not. And have a look at the people, and feel into the people, the energy of the people. So the divine guidance was giving us information that we've never met these people, we've never walked through the doors. It was just an advert in a newspaper to say like they were looking for some part-time help. So we could feel into what it was like to walk into this workplace. Anyway, I said, when you're ready, we can come out of this particular situation and then come back into ourselves, and we'll do the same thing with number 3. So we walked into the doors then of number 3, another option, number 3. The job seemed really good on paper, but it was a little bit further away again. So we walked into the doors of that one, and just walking around, and it felt quite good. And I said, okay, now look at it in 1 month's time, and then look at it in 2 months' time, and just see what changes. Look at the people, do they change? What kind of work? Is there any prospects for doing anything else? How do you feel about it? So she had the choice then between the 3. She'd already ruled out number 2 because she said, it just doesn't feel good. I went, okay, fine. At least you know that your senses are right. They're feeding you back something. So we came back out of that one. And then we just had these 2 options. So we then did the process again, and we walked into the doors of number 1, and then we walked into the doors of number 3 so that we could compare them and ask more detailed questions. What kind of conversations would you be having? What kind of work would you be doing? What would you be paid? Are there any bonuses? How many days a week? Would it be working on weekends? What's the travel like? What's the route like? Just so many different questions that maybe you don't ask when you're looking to get a job or a part-time job. So this was divine guidance coming back to her. So she made her decision based on the divine guidance that we got in that particular session. And the job worked out very, very well for her. And in a few months, she had her own little department, and she was, quite autonomous, and she did different things. And she met, people that she could do and help with her practice as well. So everything worked out really well. But at every moment, maybe in a month's time she'll want to make another decision, or maybe in 2 months' time she wants a decision on something else. So this is just one of the processes that I use. I've certainly used this myself when I've been choosing if I want to work with someone. I want to know what it feels like if they are in my vicinity, if they're in my home, if they're in my space. What does it feel like to have that person around me? So I'm very sensitive in my body, and I'm able to sort of train myself to do that, and I'm a body whisperer, so I can actually feel into that. And this is the stuff that I teach. I teach you how to get divine guidance for yourself, how you can retune your mind, reprogram your mind, master your mind, so that you can focus on the outcome, and you can feel whether this decision's right and this direction's good for you. So this is the whole point. When things are not working out for you, you have to make a decision. Do I go this way, or do I go that way? And that is why having divine guidance that you can trust, when you're receiving divine guidance, you're receiving divine guidance all the time, but most of us up to a certain point have not really tuned in. My job is to help you tune in so that you can listen, so that you can ask about, is this a profitable product? Is it, how was the forecast? What's it going to be like in a few months' time? Can you see the calendar dates flick over until you get the 12th of June or something to launch your product? What kind of information are you getting back? And you can use those in business decisions, you can use those in life decisions, because as soon as you learn this particular skill, you'll be able to use it for everything. My invitation to you is, if you haven't already downloaded the Art to Receiving Divine Guidance, then you do that. And the link is in the description, and I'll put it under this video as well, so that you have seven steps that are actually going to help you unlock your divine guidance. Now, some of them may seem a little bit strange. Some of them may seem a little bit, oh, I've never thought about doing that before. And that's the point. These are not just like sitting in meditation waiting for divine guidance to come in. You can physically ask and show your divine, your soul, exactly what it is that you want to create, exactly what it is that you want to work towards. You can ask your divine guidance, is this my true passion and purpose? And this is what I help people with all the time as well. It's like, what am I here for? I don't really know what I'm doing. I seem to have to want to pivot because my business is not working the way it is. And this is exactly right. Sometimes when everything falls apart, it's for a reason. It's the fact that you're not to be keeping doing the same thing and pushing out the same thing at the same level all the time. I used to, and I do still, but I used to really rely on something called the home detox box that I was guided to create, and the founder of the detox retreat as well, which was a massive part of my business for many, many, many years. And then it just went meow, poof. But it's coming back up now as I do more to do with intuition, more to do with divine guidance. Because for me and every single other person I know who's gone down this particular route of raw food and detoxing and cleaning up their digestive system and cleaning up the pineal gland, your third eye, your inner eye, because that's the bridge between the spirit world and your own world, and how you get so much better divine guidance and intuition. So it's coming back in purely for that reason, so that you can detox for your soul, so that you've got a much better connection, much better bridge to your soul. You're really understanding the language of your soul. So these retreats and these home detox boxes are all coming back in, but in a different guise. They're being reinvented. They're leveling up, if you like. And that's what all of us are doing. Even though you've got a brilliant idea, a brilliant business, maybe it's just better into a different niche. Maybe it's just better in being used in a different way. So I hope this was helpful. Please download your divine guidance, because there's nothing like it. There's nothing like being shown exactly where you should go, what you should be doing. Like I was shown how to write and create, and found the home detox box that, it's a 7 days to kind of really, really get into your intuition and really build a relationship with yourself and your soul. And so many other ideas. Write your book, Fiona, I was told, like in 2019. And create the dragon cards. These cards that I read out every single week. These were all divinely guided, as well as the books that I'm writing about why you need divine guidance, and what it feels like to have the Midas touch, like, oh, that just worked out perfectly. And all the stories that I've got about how divine guidance and practical magic have actually really led my life. I hope this was helpful. I'm here most weeks to help you understand what's going on with you, what's holding you back from getting your divine guidance, and so that we can just tweak and turn and do all the little things that make a huge difference. You know you're talented, you know you're good at what you do, but divine guidance is going to take you out of the slump, and is going to show you exactly what you could be doing differently. So it can guide you to run your business in a different way, where to find your clients, to write your book, or just to market yourself in a completely different way. And listen into the souls of your clients. Where are they, and what will they want, and what do they want from you? What will they spend money on that comes just from you and from no one else? That is what divine guidance is all about.